activities and adventure to hotspots and all of the latest happenings, this is your guide to all the good vibes here in Vail. I'm Avijah Scarbrough. Welcome to Vail Vibes. It's summertime in the mountains and the weather is just right for some outdoor refreshments. On this day, we have an award-winning chef not only providing those refreshments, but also teaching us how he does it at the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens Chef in the Garden event. Boy, are we in for a treat today. We're here with Chef Ferzacca from Latour. Chef, what are we cooking today?
Well, I'm doing one of my favorite appetizers at the restaurant right now, yellowfin tuna tartare. It's going to be served with a little bit of avocado and ponzu sauce and some crispy wontons. And then the second item that we're going to be doing is a cold sweet corn soup with smoked trout. And that's going to be delicious.
Chef Ferzacca walked us through his recipes with the help of his wife, daughter, and son. Afterwards, everyone got a taste, including myself, as I was joined by the chef's daughter, Nina Ferzacca.
Very, very easy to make.
Wow.
Very delicious.
Tell me the ingredients in this.
Inside of here, we have fresh sweet corn, milk, turmeric. We have heavy cream. Let's see.
You know what's interesting? I can really taste the turmeric.
Right?
Yeah, and that really is an interesting combination.
It's a perfect little addition.
Nina chatted with me about her family's restaurant and said one of the most popular summertime events is Sunday Fun Day, starting at 2 for drink specials and small bites.
Sunday Fun Day was actually an idea that came up from our manager, Jared. He came up with this idea as a concept to bring people in from the farmers market. So we have so many people walking that, and then there's kind of like this in-between time in Vail from when the market ends to when all the restaurants are opening up.
The Chefs in the Garden series at the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens still has plenty more cooking demonstrations to come. But these events tend to sell out, which is why Melissa Ebone, the garden's development director, says it's a good time to become a garden member.
Members of Betty Ford Alpine Gardens get early access starting in June to buy tickets before they go on sale to the public, and they often sell out. So it's a great idea. It's a double benefit. And right now, we have a $15,000 matching campaign by some locals, Shelley and Ken Weisbacher. And so any gift that's made to the gardens right now through August 10th, up to $15,000 will be matched.
She says donations and fundraising events like Chefs in the Garden help protect the environment.
Botanical gardens are like the Smithsonian, and so they're living plant collections. We're protecting these plants that are here from climate change is real all over, but in the alpine environment, we're seeing that changes faster, and so it's making a big impact on these little plants, which is going to make an impact on our food eventually. So it'll just trace through the ecosystem, but we're going to see the impacts of that. And I'm so proud that we're sending a team out into the field. We're collecting this plant material. We're getting it banked so it'll be protected forever.
Chef Ferzacca says it's an honor to be part of a great cause and to pass down his knowledge.
It's very nice to teach the skills that I have acquired over the 40 plus years of being in the kitchen, and people really appreciate me teaching. And so passing down my teaching skills is really probably the best thing about doing things like this.
For more information on upcoming events, go to bettyfordalpinegardens.org. And if you want to try making Chef Ferzacca's tuna tartare or corn soup, his recipes are up on the Vail Vibes Instagram at Vail Vibes TV8. More to come. We had such a great time at Chef in the Garden that we decided to keep the party going. And if you love glamping, we have the spot for you. Chef Ferzacca's demonstration was so great that we decided to come here to his restaurant Latour and learn more. I made the quick stroll from the Alpine Gardens to Vail Village at the request of my new friend Nina Ferzacca. And on the way, it's on. I made some more new friends who apparently were intrigued by my camera, so I put them to work.
You're watching Vail Vibes on TV8.
Shenanigans aside, we got down to business as Nina gave me the grand tour. What's cooking? Good looking?
week we have social hour starting at 4 o'clock, and then our regular menu starts at 5, and we have live music every night.
One of these women had a husband for over 16 years.
We tasted some of the restaurant's signature appetizers.
We have our barbecued oysters. This is a staple here at Latour. It's got cheese, baked on, chives, bacon, just buttery deliciousness. The carpaccio is just thinly sliced beef. Then we have like an arugula salad on top, some truffle aioli, and our French baguette. Go-to for sure, very simple. It's not always on the menu, so when you see it, snag it. And then we have another special, and this is in our scallop shell. It's very, very beautifully presented. It's shrimp and mushrooms and like a cream sauce with peas, and there's some chervil on top and some arugula laying underneath. Very, very delicious too, and that's also just a limited time special, which we always have different things rotating. These ones are my favorite though at the moment.
Our food was accompanied by some refreshing mocktails.
We have 2 mocktails with us, and that Adam made us for today. And this is going to be the cranberry lime soda. We have a bruleed orange on top of it. This is a really, really refreshing go-to for the summer. It's perfect. And then we have a passion fruit and a pineapple mojito. And this one is like paradise in the mountains. It's truly, truly a great drink and very, very tropical. So it's perfect.
The bartender Adam says he likes to spend a lot of time getting creative with the drink menu based on local seasonal ingredients.
Hibiscus, cranberry, and orange cooler. Another one like kind of more floral, so kind of one that's more kind of citrus oriented, one that's nice and floral.
And for entrees, we had the black truffle miso marinated Alaskan black cod and one of Nina's childhood favorites, a dish that is not on the menu, but the staff would be happy to make it if ordered. It's kids pasta with steak and mushrooms.
Bon appetit!
The general manager, Chad Russell, gave us an overview of Latour's unique culinary style.
We like to use classical aspects of French cooking. There's some sort of classical items on the menu as well, like escargot, chicken paella, things like that, which tend to be somewhat more traditional. But we also like to play around with other flavors of France, taking into account their colonies, Indochina, Northern Africa, things like that. So we will play around with the Asian flavors, as well as Northern African, like sumac.
Nina says Latour is the restaurant where chefs like to eat.
Chefs with names that you would recognize and chefs that you would not recognize, they all come here to eat. They know what they're going to get. They know they're going to be wined and dined the right way. And there's something to be said about eating at a restaurant that the chefs want to eat at.
And if you see her dad, don't call him chef, call him Dr. Chef, she says.
He was given an honorary doctorate for his culinary work, which is unbelievable, and it's very, very rare for all of his service and everything that he did for teaching all these other students how to build their careers in the culinary industry and the restaurant world. And he sent so many people to college. I mean, he's too humble about it, truly, but what an amazing soul for really educating so many people and getting them to a point where they were thriving.
His longtime employee, Victor, says Chef Ferzacca goes out of his way for people.
I've seen him save people's leases by lending the money for that. He got me into his mechanic and covered me on it, letting people off for months at a time when they need it on no notice, whatever it takes. And that's been for 20-some years from what I understand.
Good food made by good people. What could be better? Coming up next, an authentic Western glamping experience curated by a French cowboy. And later, why the girls at Kimo Sabi say a cowboy hat is the ultimate accessory.
There's immediately a confidence that comes over you, and you have a little bit of swagger with a hat on.